Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beef Time. I'm your host, Beef, as usual. This is my co-host, Michael.
Glad to be here.
We have a lot to get into today. College football season is officially over. Kind of sad. Like I said in the last episode, our season ended at the Cotton Bowl. So college football ended for us at the Cotton Bowl.
A long time ago.
But that's besides the point. We have championship weekend, AFC, NFC we get to talk about. Also, there's a lot of head coaching hires that still need to be fulfilled. There's been some that have been fulfilled. I think there was 10 total openings this season.
It was 9, wasn't it? Am I wrong?
I thought it was 10. I don't know. I thought
know.
Adam Schefter said it was 10.
I'm wrong. I could be definitely wrong.
I know Adam has all the tools, so we'll just go ask him once we're done. We got to witness one of the greatest basketball games so far this season in college basketball. We got to go see some action last night on a Tuesday night.
What a game that was.
Kent State versus Miami. I mean, Kent should have pulled it out, but they fell up short. We'll get more into that. We'll get into the real reason why they lost, actually. And then currently, let's get into this. I mean, Jig, you come back from class, and your back bumper is almost hanging to the ground here. Let's talk about what's going on with the back bumper here.
Yeah, so it's been an eventful day so far, right? I go to class. I park it at the Union BW, right? And I had 2 classes, walk back out, and I'm just chilling. And sure enough, the back part of my car is clearly bumped out with a pretty big scratch mark on the back of it. And I'm just like, that's just great. So that was quite frustrating today. Was walking back to see my car getting hit, or my car had been hit. I guess while in the Union parking lot at some point today. Obviously, we'll be able to see it. We'll let you guys see it.
Did you park dead center in the spot?
I mean, here's the thing. We obviously know.
Are we going 99% their fault, 1% your fault here? Because, I mean, you know how to drive, but you have your reputation of a car accident. All right? I'd just like to put that out there, just so we're not pointing fingers right away, because we don't know who did this. By the way, we will put a bounty out, not on someone's head, but we will put a bounty. If whoever finds out who did it, we can put a little cash prize, maybe $100. You find out who sideswiped Jiggy, $100.
Again, it was a sitting car. I wasn't in the car. I left to go to class, came back, and my car is now has a little dent on it and some paint knocked off, and the bumper on the side is sticking out. So quite frustrating. So yeah, not happy about that. I don't know what to think. But, if anyone saw it or anyone sees an idiot that's trying to pull out of a parking spot and just hits the car, I mean, I'm sure you had a freaking a standstill car. I don't know how we're doing that. And not leaving a note or anything. We're just taking off. Kind of pisses me off. The integrity here, zero integrity. Game is completely gone. So, quite frustrated about that. But I get shit happens. Again,
it's a bad look for the campus. Whoever did that, you're responsible for every bad thing that happens to this campus from here on out.
And again, no cameras in the Union. Don't understand that either. Come on.
Budget cuts, dude. Budget cuts. I don't think we can afford cameras in the parking lot here.
We're not getting that. Okay.
Campus security's gone. They're nowhere to be found. So,
do I have a parking pass? No. Incriminate myself? Nope, I didn't say that.
No parking pass. If you see a blue Ford.
Not Ford.
Oh, was that the car you totaled?
No, I've had a Subaru both times. What are we doing here?
A blue Subaru, kind of low to the ground. If you see it, give it a ticket.
Okay.
Also, if you see it, leave a note on his car. Okay. Let's just start leaving notes on Jiggy's car.
You know what?
Mess with him.
Oh, God, it's going to happen too. All right.
Anyways, I think Monday night we witnessed one of the greatest national champions of all time, you could argue, in the Indiana Hoosiers. I mean,
are we putting them above LSU?
I'm not going to say team-wise, but I think LSU was a better team.
Okay.
But I'm just saying a national championship run from where they started, LSU's SEC powers. I mean, Indiana's, if not the worst overall football program of all time. And what Kirk Cignetti's been able to do in the last 2 years has actually been kind of unbelievable. We've never seen anything like it.
I mean, they went 16-0. I mean, first ever team to go 16-0.
Yeah. Dabo Swinney said he was going to do it, but he failed to even show up this year.
I mean, Dabo Swinney, this affects still the job. I'm a little surprised about. I'm not gonna lie.
If he does bad next year, he's on the hot seat.
If he does it next year, English. If he does bad next year, he is gone. But
yeah, I think he has to be.
that's a topic for another day.
But yeah, Indiana national champion. It's good for Ohio State. Ohio
Great.
State fans.
Look, Ohio State fans,
Really
you
good.
lost to the two teams that competed in the Natty.
Yeah.
So, and again, I think we all both wanted Indiana to win that game.
Yeah.
So.
Did you?
Well, I saw Miami walk out to
Skrilla
from Kodak, and I thought they were hyped, playing on. Like, you know what? What's it hurt to throw some money on Miami? So, I was happy Indiana won. If Miami won, I would have been happier because I won money, but I did want Indiana to win. So I was fine either way.
Indiana converting that 4th and 5 definitely just swung the momentum of the game. I was surprised that Miami was able to go back down the field and score after that too. But Mendoza on that play, I mean, he looked different. I don't think he had that in him.
Look, props to Miami for playing tough. I mean, that was a close game, and the only really close game Indiana's had that's really meant anything had been Ohio State. They've really kind of not been in that close of games.
Yeah.
Other few, and besides that Big Ten championship game. So again, props to Miami, props to Indiana. I mean, again, heck of a game. Thought they battled. You can't sit here and say that one team blew out another team.
At least it wasn't a blowout. That could have been bad.
I think that was our biggest concern going in. I was like, Indiana's 8.5.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could totally see Indiana just beat it.
Yeah.
All the way. But it wasn't.
And now we could talk about is the Big Ten officially the best conference in football. Back to back national champions. I mean, definitely a dialogue to be open.
100%.
I mean, the bottom of the Big Ten is real bad compared to the bottom of the SEC.
It is, but you talk about all this SEC bias all the time.
Yeah.
Where's the SEC been? When the games matter, when you have, everything going on, where's the SEC? Non-existent, to be honest here.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. All right. Prediction next year. Who's winning the national championship? I'm pretty sure Ohio State opened as favorites.
I saw that, which I was a bit surprised about, but I guess from a quarterback standpoint who's coming back and that stuff, like, it makes sense. I actually am going to go Ohio State, and that's not even based who they have coming back. I have loved – I mean, we were on –
Talk about Ohio State portal.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. We were on Ryan Day's ass.
Let's look at the odds here.
Right at the beginning of the portal and stuff. So Indiana and Ohio State are tied to be favorites to win. Okay.
This is ESPN, right? Or DraftKings? This is DraftKings.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so, again, I am going to go Ohio State, obviously.
Yeah.
Big time. But
I mean, Julian
I think they've dominated the portal. They've done what Indiana did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indiana with Turk Kennedy has went to, hey, we're going to get guys in here that want to win, one, and two, have experience. Older guys that, have played at this level for a long time. And you still have to coach them the right way. You still have to get them to, perform in the right way and set that culture. But that's what Ryan Days went and copied. He's got guys that have experience, they're 22, 23 years old that, again, should they be playing college football? Maybe not, but that's the way the game is right now. And they've kind of followed that exact recipe, and you lost some high recruits to Ohio State. But, man, they've went out and done a pretty good job in the portal.
Not being biased, just strictly off what we've seen.
Yeah.
I would also I'd have to pick Ohio State just based off paper.
Yeah.
I mean, you lost a lot of guys on defense. People said that that our defense this past year was better than the one last year.
And everyone was worried.
I didn't think I really agreed with that. I think it's more of the big names that we had on defense that came back last year to win the national championship that had to deal with it for me. I think it was just because I probably knew the players more.
If you're looking on paper, though, from last year to this year, talent-wise, you had a lot of guys drafted last year for their 2025 championship, right? You had a lot of guys from that team being drafted. So you had a lot of holes to replace. But from a stat standpoint, dominated.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's been a lot of guys come out, guys that are graduating right now that have, said stuff like, thanks for all the coaching and stuff. Jim Knowles' name has not been mentioned once. And any of the guys that were there the last 2 years, it's all been Matt Patricia. So I can say when you look at that and say, I guess those guys didn't respect Jim Knowles because he didn't do a whole lot. So I'll give a lot of credit to Matt Patricia as well with how that defense looked from, again, like I was saying, stats-wise, Ohio State dominant, even comparison to last year. So,
but also, I think a big worry for us after the season ended was what is the defensive side going to look like for us next year? But we dominated in the portal, and we shown that we should be another elite defense, top-rated defense.
100%.
And on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, you got Julian Sayin coming back for probably one more year. Jeremiah Smith in his last year.
Chris Henry
going alongside with him, and then the LSU pickup. Tracy,
it's something Parker.
I can't remember his name, but he's a super quick guy. Can we get his name here?
We're looking it up. We'll find the name. We'll say it.
But then Bo Jackson coming back. Good pickup.
That
was on the edge of him coming back.
That was the worst, I think, below. I'm like, there's no way Bo Jackson.
Kyle Parker?
Yeah.
Kyle Parker.
Yep. Again, guy that's produced in the SEC. Not been anything crazy. Not been great. But maybe we can end the argument once for all. The Ohio State wide receiver, an LSU receiver coming to Ohio State and balling out. Mm-hmm. Like that would
also
end that
LSU
argument.
wide receiver coach coming to Ohio State.
Did see that too. Again, I've read some good things, read some bad things about him, but who knows? Again, no one knows. You lose Brian Hartline, that's a big loss regardless. So it's big shoes to fill.
Next year it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun again, especially with Ohio State's strength of schedule. We have a pretty tough schedule next year, as far as a conference schedule goes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have to go to Texas next year.
And out of
Arches last year. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But
I want to leave it off at this. Now that Kirk Cincinnati loses Fernando Mendoza, he was so good last year. Unbelievable, right? Like we said, 16-0. How did they rebound? How do they look next year losing a bunch of guys? And can they repeat that success? That's, I think, what I'm most looking forward to into next year is, Kirk Cincinnati, unbelievable. He's taken himself as a hell of a college football coach. But now what do you do? Now how do you rebound after that success? And does he go back to back? Like that'd be what a story that would be.
Yeah.
Say the least.
All right, let's get into championship weekend here. We'll start with the AFC. Might as well just skip over this because it's just kind of boring. In the AFC championship, who wants to watch that? But we'll talk about it anyway.
Yeah, the AFC championship. With Bo Nix going down, what a crazy
Jarrett
story that
Stidham.
was.
Is this his first start this season, correct?
Yeah.
I think it's his first start this season. Don't know much about the guy other than he was a Patriot at one point.
Bounced around. Back and quarterback.
But other than that, I think the Broncos defense is going to have to score touchdowns.
Oh, 100%. And they can't do that. That Broncos defense is so good. So we'll have to see what happens.
First start since 2023.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just don't. Can we get the betting odds on that game up real quick?
Let's take a look. Yeah, I know Mike, our producer, obviously, like we said before, is a big Pats fan, is now more worried about the game than he was about the Texans, just based on the fact that if the Patriots do somehow lose that game, it's more of a disappointment than if they lost just to
this
is
the Patriots' game to lose here.
Yeah.
To be honest. Even in Denver. Listen, they have a very, very good defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how Drake May will perform, especially in Denver against a really good defense. But at the same time, just like I don't know if they're going to be able to do enough because I don't know how much they're going to have on offense.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I really don't know anything about this Jarrett guy. So
Jarrett Stidham, he's been again, like I said earlier, he bounced around back at quarterback, but he's been all right. Nothing special. Can he lead enough drives without making mistakes to put points on the board? I think
if he doesn't turn the ball over, it's going to be a very good game. I think that's the biggest thing if he doesn't turn the ball over.
The Patriots have forced a lot of turnovers, though, in the playoffs so far. So that's been a key to their defense is getting pressure, forcing turnovers.
The other thing is the Broncos' defense, as you said, is one of the best in the league, and Drake May's been turning the ball over, fumbling the ball a lot. So, it's good. I feel like at the end of the day, it should be a good game because of the defenses. The over-runner's at, 41.5, 42.5? Yeah. Might look at taking that. Might look at taking the under.
The under? I could see that. I really
the Pats are minus 5.5. I don't know if I would take that just because of the Broncos defense.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
It's tough. Again, it's a very weird AFC championship. But
either way, whoever wins this game, you're losing the Super Bowl. Probably.
Yeah. I would take either of the teams on the other side.
So let's go over to the NFC.
Yeah.
We got the Seahawks versus the Rams. This is going to be a very good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Sam Darnold would look as good as he did. He didn't have to do much, really. I think the 49ers beat themselves a lot in the divisional game, but he didn't have to do much. I think he only ended with 100-something passing yards. And they still scored, 41 points?
Yeah, it was dominant. It was dominant from start to finish.
Kenneth
Walker was,
a kickoff return.
Rashid Shaheed, the kickoff return to begin the game. That set the tone from the very beginning. Playing at home with a lot of Seahawks fans, referred to as the 12th man, playing in that stadium. So, again, I don't know how you're betting against the Seahawks. I don't know how you think anyone can really beat that team.
But again, some would say the MVP of the league, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
The Rams, I will say the Rams did look really good against Chicago.
Yeah.
Even especially what they were given at the end of the game, giving up a play like that, and then performing in overtime like they did. Going there and winning a game is not easy.
It speaks to the volume of Sean McVay as a coach. I believe.
Coach.
I mean,
yeah,
unbelievable what he's done. Obviously, he's had some guys under him too that have now went elsewhere and have been successful. So from that point, I think Sean McVay is. We'll see what really happens. But man, it's
going to be a good game.
I'm excited to watch what happens there.
Mm-hmm.
I say the biggest things for the Seahawks is obviously their defense has been unbelievable. Just making plays, forcing turnovers, setting that offense up to not have to do a whole bunch. That's the big piece. I would say I would probably lead towards more of the Seahawks. But from the Rams' point of view, can you get Puka going? Puka was good against the Bears, but the Bears did a good job to kind of eliminate him a little bit.
They were touch tight against him.
Yeah, they were.
He didn't have much freedom. Yeah.
Again, Puka still found ways to be involved and to do well, but Puka's going to have one of those games where it's 10 catches for 145 yards and a touchdown. The Rams will win that game. And again, speaks to the caliber of player that he is. But I think he could do it. Do it against just about anyone.
We're getting attacked by geese out here.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Getting attacked.
Think we're good.
I don't know. A bird flew in the window earlier, so we don't know what's going on out there anymore. All right. So two pretty hopefully good matchups
for sure.
for the Super Bowl. AFC Championship winner. Who's going to Super Bowl 60 out in San Francisco?
I can't sit here and say the Broncos going to win that game.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback. I can't sit here and
tough.
say it. I think the Broncos, keep the game close based on their defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that the Patriots do come out on top. Probably, we're gonna go 2010.
20-10?
2010.
Yeah.
I don't think the Broncos are going to score much. I think it's low scoring. I think the Patriots make enough plays to win the game and force Jared Stidham to try to be an NFL quarterback in the playoffs, and I don't think it's going to end too well. So that'd be my prediction for the
Yeah,
AFC game.
I'd have to go with the Patriots as well. Just the Bo Nix injury, you don't know how. I don't know much about Jarrett Stidham. I don't know how he's going to perform.
Yeah.
So I would have to pick the Patriots and Drake May, and I would like to see the Patriots. I mean, I'll be at the Super Bowl, so
It'd be a great time. Yeah.
I'd like to see the Patriots in it, even though I think the NFC winner is going to win it. But final score, I'll probably go 17-13.
Okay.
Probably go 17-13 Pats. But I don't know. I thought the Texans game was going to be a low-scoring game, but it just turns out that each team was just giving good field position so they could score points. So who knows?
I think you said for that Patriots-Texans game, you're like, it's going to be the battle of who wants to fumble the least.
Yeah, I mean, I took the Texans to win. Yeah. You took the Patriots.
I did.
Good call there. Good call. And we both took the Bills, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was bad. Bills did not have it in them, but good game that
so,
was.
NFC Championship. Who you got? Rams, Seahawks.
I've been big on the Rams. I've been wanting to pick the Rams, but I just don't know if I can bet against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I mean, they have been that dominant from the way their offense looked, although it's not been dominant offense, it hasn't needed to be. So I think at some point in this game, their offense is going to have to step up and lead a big drive. So can Sam Darnold get that done?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with you can. And I think you're just going to rely on the guys in the field with Kenneth Walker, Rashid Shaheed, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, right?
That's our guy.
I'm going to take the Seahawks in
interesting
31-24.
Yeah.
That game ends.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, I'll tie scoring. Again, good that defense
but
is.
Win by a touchdown?
I think it's a touchdown at the end of the game to win.
Okay.
I think that's more part of what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm going to take the Rams here. They're my Super Bowl winner, so I'm going to stick with them here. I just think Matthew Stafford experience he already proved he can go to Chicago and win it. I don't see why he can not go to Seattle and win it, even though they have a very good defense. But I think he's more experienced and is a better QB than Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy was missing George Kittle, not saying that one guy can change a game. And also McCaffrey couldn't really get going that well. So I think it's going to be a close game. I'll probably have to go like 34-31 on it. I think it's going to be decided by a field goal.
Fair.
High scoring, but I just think the Rams overall better coached. I just think that they're just going to get it done
No,
out in Seattle.
That's totally fair.
And then
Again,
they'll go win Super Bowl 60.
I can't really argue that against you. Like I think it's going to be a great game, and either way you pick,
I really could see it either way. But again, I'm excited to watch it. Excited to see how that Seahawks defense really, attacks Puka and sees how they try to, just slow him down a bit.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. But again, should be two good games, and get to see one of those two teams in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
For sure.
All right, let's talk NFL coaching.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I think there was 10 openings during this cycle. Teams that still have to find a head coach: Cardinals, the Ravens, the Bills, Browns, the Raiders, and the Steelers. Some good openings in there. Also, some openings that coaches might not want.
Yeah, there's definitely some obviously better spots for a coach to land here now. Looking again, there's a lot of open places. You said Mike McDaniel yesterday take the OC with the Chargers and kind of take them out.
I think it's a very good hire for the Chargers.
And I think it's
a good hire for Mike McDaniel as well.
Again, it's
stepping down a little bit,
saying, "Hey, like the openings are cool. I don't see myself fitting, so let me prove to the NFL that I am a good coordinator and that I can lead an offense."
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of go probably back next year and see if you can get a job.
Especially a guy with Justin Herbert who has potential.
Yeah.
I think this is the real test.
Mm-hmm.
If he can show the potential and go win a playoff game and go somewhere in the next 2 years or so. But if not, then it probably ship Justin out.
Yeah, which is crazy
LA.
to even say that we're talking about that. But again, to be an elite quarterback in this league, you have to learn how to win.
And nowadays, if it doesn't work right away, you're on the hot seat.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless you're the Cleveland Browns. Kind of just stick with who you got sometimes.
Yeah, the Browns are just special.
Who do you want as the Browns head coach?
Who I want? I want Grant Udolski, the Jaguars offensive coordinator.
And why is that?
So he's a 30-year-old head coach.
Wow.
Relax there.
Stutter, too.
Thank you. He's a 30-year-old head coach.
You love the 30-year-olds.
I do. He's had 6 years in the NFL experience, and I think that overall he's someone who probably, in the grand scheme of things, wouldn't get a look from a head coach position until probably next year after from that cycle. But I think if you are really...
So if you think that he
No, but let me explain. I understand what you're saying. So look, that's what a lot of coaches are now. It's like the reason a lot of the teams like the Bills, I know the Bills are interviewing him, I'll get there. But even like the Ravens and teams like that are, have a roster that's ready to compete right now, don't go after a coach like that, is because they're ready to go. They want to compete, get back in the playoffs right this second. Okay, so they're not looking at a guy from a coach standpoint that's, has no experience in the big game, right? But from the Browns standpoint, if you want him as your OC, right, and that's been the rumor a little bit is, hey, can you get Schwartz back, get him as an OC? But then you're just going to lose him if he's successful with the Browns. There's no point in doing that. If you think he's ready and is one of the next upcoming guys and you like him that much, you pull the trigger, you make him the head coach just based off the fact that, hey, we believe in him, right? And so and that's my view of things. Again, I'm no NFL scout, NFL anything, right? But from my outsider's point of view, that's my thought process.
So you quoted earlier off camera that the Browns should take a shot.
Yes.
Now, why do you think in this situation that the Browns have been in that it's a good idea to take a shot? Because right now, the focus should be hiring a guy, in my opinion. The focus right now should not be to take a shot at some random, because then if he doesn't succeed if he doesn't even succeed in year one, if we have the same record, fans are going to be calling for his head, which probably shouldn't be the case. Year one, he hasn't had a head coaching position, so he's inexperienced. He shouldn't call for his head year one. But if there's no improvement over, I'll give him benefit of the doubt, 2 years, he's probably gone. We're right back in the same position. But now you have an opportunity to go get a guy like Sean McDermott from the Buffalo Bills, a guy that's coached to Josh Allen, who you can see maybe a little bit of Shadur there, being able to roll out a little bit. He knows he has the experience in the playoffs. I'm not saying that we need to get to the Super Bowl right now, we need to take it step by step, get to the playoffs. And why not try to go get your guy, Sean McDermott? Now, I don't know if he wants to come to Cleveland. I mean, not a lot of people do, which is why we struggle to get a good head coach.
Yeah.
But why not? Why not him? Like, why do we need to take a shot in your instance?
I think it goes back to a couple points. I think for one, I think you get a guy like Sean McDermott, odds are Jim Schwartz probably stays at DC. And I think
Which he should.
You said he should or shouldn't?
He should be the DC.
Okay.
Jim
yeah.
Schwartz.
And
I don't want to hire him as the head coach because I think he is very good on the defensive side, and we've shown that we're an elite defensive team.
Yeah.
So keep him there. Let him work with the defense. Let him do his thing. So hire an offensive guy and work with the offense because that's been the struggle.
I understand. So you just said hire an offensive guy. Sean McDermott by no means is an offensive
but he has the experience. I think
he has the experience. He's been there. He's led a team that's been struggling back up to be good, not past the hump of the playoffs, but it happens sometimes. I get that. So I understand the McDermott point, and I actually wouldn't be mad if we hired Sean McDermott because
no one should.
No, you shouldn't at all.
Yeah.
But to my point, you said earlier, I did say you asked me about taking a shot, right? And I think going after someone that you believe can lead you to the next step to me is important, right? Sean McVay, when he retired, was 30 years old. It's a bit different because Sean McVay had called plays before. The thing with Grant is he hasn't called plays, right? But he's been in the system. He was with Kevin O'Connell, I think, for 2 years, and then was with who's the Jags head coach? It was with Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
This year, and again, that offense took a step. You could say it's Liam Cohen. I like Liam Cohen a lot, but I think there's a lot more to it than just Liam Cohen, and that guy right there is Grant Podolski. And I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it makes a lot of sense for the Browns at least to have him at the top of their list and to just do as much research and just figure it out. If that's the guy you think will be successful, you do it, and you don't think twice about it. And I'm going to stick to my guns. I think it's him or the Rams passing coordinator Nate Steelhouse?
Yeah, Steelhouse.
So again, I think those are my two big ones. I think the third, I'm fine going McDermott, experienced guy. If he's someone that wants to come to Cleveland and kind of take this upon itself, he's a hard-nosed dude that is going to be strict on the players, and hold them accountable, which is something you need in Cleveland. So again, I have no problem, and I wouldn't be mad at that. But those to me are the three.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of leave it at that.
All right. Let's rank the current openings.
Okay.
All right. So like I said, we have the Cardinals, Ravens, Bills, Browns, Raiders, and Steelers. What teams from 1 to 6, 1 being the best opening? What teams have the best openings?
Do you want to just say it and then talk about it after? Or you want me to talk a little about it each?
No, we can just say your 1 through 6.
Okay. So I would say 1 for me is the Bills. I think that's the most attractive opening. I'd say 2 would be. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I think 1 is the Ravens.
Okay.
I think to me the Ravens have franchise quarterback Lamar. You have a good defense. You have some weapons on offense. To me, the Ravens is 1. I'd say the Bills is 2. Josh Allen. You still have a defense, but you have no weapons whatsoever on offense besides James Cook. Hey, and that's their big piece. So you can figure that out. The team that's had success. I think the Raiders for me is 3. You have some pieces on offense. I have Ashton Genty last year. Still trying to figure out the receiver room, but I think they can figure that out. And then obviously you had the number 1 overall pick, which you would assume to be for Fernando Mendoza, who, again, we talked about a bit earlier in the pod. I think he is the real deal. Made some throws. He just has that it factor of saying, like, in a big game, in a big moment, I would trust him to make a play. So, again, I think the Raiders job is very attractive just for that reason alone. 4, I'd go Steelers. Okay. It's not what they're going to do at quarterback, but overall roster construction is pretty good. They have some talent there, and Steelers know how to win. So you're coming to a culture that's already semi-built, and you're just you're going to improve upon it, set a different standard. But I like Steelers a lot. I would say number 5 is the Cardinals. Don't know what's happening at quarterback. Again, good skill position players, some franchise pieces on both offense and defense. Not the greatest place to go, but you can make some out of the Cardinals. And then lastly, I have the Browns. I think the Browns is 6. I think it's the worst place to go, at least on paper.
Yeah.
I don't know what there's in quarterback. You have the cap room issues they will always have. You still have Deshaun Watson on the roster, right? So what the heck's going to happen there? Again, you do have the best player in the entire National Football League in Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. But, how much is Jimmy Haslam going to get involved in stuff from a coaching standpoint. Although
Yeah.
we've said that he's went out and said that it's not him, but I'm just saying we've watched the Browns for ever.
You just don't know. You don't know what to expect with the team.
And again, the way the Browns have been, it isn't an attractive job right now. So to me, that's the last one. I would say.
All right, my one, it has to be the Bills just because of who they got. I mean, Josh Allen, you can't bet against the guy. I mean, he's the best quarterback probably within this group.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think you have more to work with there, and you can probably you can bring in some pieces depending on who gets hired there. And then 2, for me, I'm going to go with the Raiders. I think whichever coach lands here has a really good opportunity ahead of them and has a really good chance to have a fresh start, especially if you draft Fernando Mendoza, if you hire that guy that knows how to work with a player like him. And I'm going to put it Ravens are at 3 for me, but I'm putting them above the Ravens just because I feel like there's some drama in Baltimore that we don't really know about. Is Lamar, I know he was injured a little bit last season off and on, but is he going to be that guy anymore that we've seen like MVP season? 4 for me is going to have to be the Steelers. Now, I can really see Sean McDermott going here.
I agree.
And then I think they could be a very good team. So the Steelers are going to be at 4 for me. And then I'm gonna go with the Browns at 5 just because I think there's a lot of potential here in Cleveland. I mean, if you get the right guy to coach Shadur, if we're going to move with him at quarterback, which I think we should to start next season, I think it's a great opportunity for a coach because they already have the defense set. You don't need to worry about the defense as much because Jim Schwartz can take care of it. So it's lifted off your shoulders a little bit. If you can solely get the offensive scheme figured out, then you have a really good opportunity here in Cleveland. You have passionate fans. You have a new stadium coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of good things to be excited about in Cleveland. That's why I'm going to put it over the Cardinals. You don't know what's going on with Kyler Murray. You don't really know what's going on there in Arizona. So I think there's more potential in a fresh start in Cleveland than there is in Arizona.
That's fair.
So that's my ranking of the current openings. But speaking of current hires, Robert Saleh to the Titans, Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins, and then our old head coach Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons, which sparked some drama on Twitter.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield saying, "I'll see you twice a year, coach. Thanks for shipping me out and not sending a text."
Yeah. Baker made some
kind of messed
very interesting comments last night, and I don't agree with it at all, actually. I think Baker's completely out of line, to be totally honest.
You don't think he should have even gotten a text message from the head coach?
I think it could have went both ways. I don't think it was truly Kevin's decision to move to Deshaun Watson and ship.
Listen,
Baker
you're not
gone.
Guilty until you start acting guilty. And I'll tell you what, Kevin Stefanski's acting guilty.
How?
Not sending a text message if it wasn't his fault, if it wasn't his call. Like, he should reach out to him and text him at least.
I think you could say, and
because some would say Baker was the answer and they shipped him out too soon.
Oh, see, do we want
You'll never know.
Do we want to get in this argument right now? Because
we don't need to, but I'm just saying, you'll never know. Truly, I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he wasn't. I know there's fans and people in this house that will say that we would have won a Super Bowl with Baker. I'm not one of those guys. We could have not. But at the end of the day, we probably wouldn't have because of the coaches that we had.
I'm going to say we are going to get into this because I completely disagree with you. Completely in every way.
I'm not on either side.
You just started to say that, look, the way the Browns handled post-Baker, wrong. They completely screwed everything a part of that up. But
you go hiring a guy that's in 24 court cases.
But the Browns' assessment of Baker that he can't win the big game, he's not the guy to lead that franchise to the next level, was 100% correct. You cannot say otherwise.
And Deshaun was?
I said, listen to my words.
But do you think
No.
They had an idea of Deshaun before they shipped Baker? Do you think that was the idea?
The Browns said they were looking to upgrade at quarterback. They straight up said, they do not think Baker's the answer. He can't win the big games. He can have all the stats. He can be really good. He can do all this. But when push comes to shove, he cannot lead a team to the Super Bowl because he'll always have that one mistake. We'll always have that one part of him that he can't get it done. that's his flaw, and that's always been his flaw. And you can even see it now with the Bucks. I think it was last year he threw a pick in the playoffs. Same flaw. This year couldn't even make the playoffs. And again, I'm not saying he's an all on Baker, no. But at the end of the day, your quarterback is the guy that leads you to the promised land. And Baker was never the guy to lead you to the promised land, and he's never going to be that guy. I will stand here and always say that Baker Mayfield will never win a Super Bowl because he can't do it. He doesn't have the ability to not make a mistake when the game matters most. You have a smirk in your face. Go ahead.
Do you think that he was shipped off too soon? Because he got us back to the playoffs.
Okay.
All right, he was dealing with an injury.
Okay.
And some have argued that they played him through that injury. Like, do you think that they shipped him off too soon?
No.
Like, do you think they made the playoffs and were like, all right, we didn't make it like the next year. Now it's time to make a change because that was the standard then. But again, the Browns haven't been to the playoffs in a long time.
I'll once again say no because then you watch what happened after. You watched when he went to the Carolina Panthers and he was started for a bit and then went to the backup. And then what everyone says, or at least I say, he hit rock bottom. Okay. Then he was released by the Panthers, picked up by the Rams, and said had no expectations.
For a guy though, you get shipped off somewhere.
I get it, but if you're that good of a quarterback, you figure it out, and he didn't. Then he hit rock bottom. Then he built his way back up, and he had to hit rock bottom in order to get to where he is now. I truly believe that if he was sent to a place even after the Browns, he wasn't going to be successful there regardless. And that's my personal opinion. I get that, but that's how I feel, and that's how I'm going to say it because the way Baker Mayfield is, the confidence he plays with, what he stands by. Okay, he had to figure it out for himself, and when he struggled the most, he looked in a mirror and said, "I have to go and figure and do this myself and figure out how to get back to it." And he did. Props to him, and he's been really good. But he's not an elite quarterback. He never will be. He never will win anything because he's not an elite quarterback.
I mean, it's all of that's a fair take. I didn't say he was going to lead us to Super
That's
Bowl.
fine.
I just think we shipped him off too early.
I don't. Because you got to the point with Baker where it was like, hey, he's not. You saying shipped him off too early. The Browns decided that I don't think he's the guy that can lead us to where we want to be.
So then you bring in a guy with 24 court cases. I'm not saying that you said that was a good idea.
I understand.
They messed that up. But at the same time,
they
you got to put that in perspective. Like, even before they shipped him off, like, they had the idea, like, we're gonna go get Deshaun. Now, as, like, the front office and the owner, because they've obviously had conversations about it, in their minds, they said that bringing in a guy with 24 court cases who hasn't played in, 2 years?
Year and a half,
is going to be better than what we have currently. That's the one thing I don't agree with, because they definitely thought about that. That's something that went through their heads. So that's where I think they messed up. I think they should have probably drafted another guy instead of bringing him in.
I'm not going to argue on that because I actually were on the same page. But the Browns' complete evaluation of when they shipped off Baker and said that he's not our franchise guy was 100% correct. Mm-hmm. And I will stand by that statement. And again, you can disagree, and I get that. I know other people will disagree, and that's totally fair. But 100%. Now, back to why we started with this, right? Was Baker right in what he said with Stefanski after Stefanski got hired? And for reference, all it was Baker was happy to get to see Stefanski twice a year. Okay, and Joe Thomas went back out and said yesterday and said that Baker could have reached out to Stefanski as well and said the same thing. So we'll leave that at that. I don't want to get into it too much more. I know we spent a lot of time on it. And yeah, again, I don't know if your viewpoints, and you were saying that Baker was correct in saying that I say he isn't correct, and kind of end the discussion there, I guess.
I just think they shipped him off too early. That's all.
Fair.
I don't know. Let's get Kevin. What are your thoughts? What do you think Baker would have done?
Yeah,
we'll bring in a third party here.
Baker is gonna lead the Browns to the Super Bowl if he stays. That's what I think. Let's go to the next one.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Baker Mayfield would have won a Super Bowl with the Browns if he would have stayed.
Disagree, but it's fine.
His car is messed up.
That is nothing.
All right, let's talk Maction, baby. I mean, the greatest conference in America. We got to witness an all-timer Tuesday night. Can't read, can't write, and also can't play basketball. Lost to the Miami Redhawks last night in a very good game that went to overtime. At the beginning of it, it looked like Miami was going to just steamroll right through them. I mean, they think they got off to a 21-7 start.
It was what they were up 14 and a half, I think
Something like that. Yeah, and then and then Kent State shot what, like 70-something% in the second half.
70% in the second half is insane.
I don't know who number 2 is. Can we figure out? Let's figure out number 2.
What's his name? Give it a look.
He was unbelievable in the second half.
I will say, I mean, Miami's found a way to win now in back-to-back overtime games versus a good Buffalo team, and now Kent State too. Again, Kent State's a good team.
2 top teams in the MAC.
Oh, 100%. They found ways to win. And man, what a game it was. I mean, Kent State.
Rob Whaley Jr.
Rob Whaley Jr. I mean, he balled out. He balled out. He ran out of energy, and then you could tell by the time it got to overtime, he was just spent.
Yeah.
Miami did a better job at really not letting him do anything. Fair play to Miami. But again, Miami figured it out and won that game. Can we go back to what happened at the end of the game? Kent State has the ball up to 92-90. I think there's about 12 seconds left. Has one timeout inbounding the ball.
And they turn it over.
Can't do that.
You cannot turn the ball over in that situation. All you have to do is inbound the ball because then they're going to foul you.
And again, the biggest thing, you had a timeout. If the coach saw something you didn't like, you call a timeout. You have that. Have the ability to do that. But before this even happened, I want to let you explain it.
Before this happened, this guy in front of us said, as soon as they foul, let's start chanting overrated. And after he said that, it was just downhill for the Golden Flashes. So that guy in front of us is the sole reason why Kent State lost that game.
And I think you looked at me. The minute he said that, you turned to me and go, they're going to lose this game. And he's the reason why.
The reason.
And sure enough, look what happened. They can't inbound the ball.
That kid is the reason.
And the rest was history. But yeah, really what a game it was.
Kent State, I think they have a chance to be a good team, but what went wrong for them was the fact that they're just not disciplined. The turnovers, unbelievable.
Again, Kent State's point guard, number 1, had a good game. I thought he did some great things, but the way that offense runs is you have 2 big dudes that are good, right? That point guard needs to be able to distribute the ball and be a true point guard and get those guys involved. Instead, he probably had 6 turnovers.
Yeah, and he's throwing the ball away. You just can't do that against a top 25 team.
No. And the fact that we're still in that, again, he made some shots too that I was like, wow, that was impressive. But at the end of the day, to win that game, you have to do the right things, and he did not do enough of the right things.
No, he did not.
But
anyway, we might have to go to another MAC game.
Oh, dude, that was electric. It really was.
I'd
be totally down to go.
I mean, the only conference that is playing during the week, it's awesome. We love to see it.
I will say, I think Miami, as long as they make the tournament, you're 20-0 right now. You should make the tournament. I would hope, right? But I can
NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I'm sorry, NCAA.
I mean, I feel like it's an early call. They still have a lot of conference games to play, and
they do.
And with the MAC, it doesn't matter. Like, they have to win their conference to get in.
If they lose 2 games all year and then lose a 3rd game in the title, do you think they have any shot of getting in at an at-large bid?
I just don't think so.
Let's see, they end like 25-3 and lose in the MAC championship by 2 points.
I don't think they get in.
That would stink.
Because again, I want to see that Miami team play in the NCAA tournament. Because
they're entertaining,
and I think they could upset a team. Now, if they get a unlucky draw, I could see them struggling. But you get Miami a favorable draw. That's a
like I said yesterday. If they get a bad good team, kind of sounds weird, but if they get one of the worst good teams, they can make a run, 100%. But I don't know. I hope they make it. But we'll see.
Who was number 3 in Miami? Did we ever look up his name?
The kid from Brexville.
Yeah, he was a
Luke Skaljic.
Luke Skaljic.
Yeah, Luke Skaljic. I mean,
AKA Dog.
Literally, man.
He just shot after shot when they needed it most. And I think number 5 is probably Miami's best player. And he kind of struggled a little bit, I think, towards the end of that game, which happens. Like, again, good players struggle all the time. But Luke Skaljic. I can't remember. Skaljic.
Yeah.
He stepped up. He really did.
Yeah.
And I mean, he balled. He made shots, some tough.
As Kevin would say, good player. Good player.
Yeah, props to him, man. Props to him.
We love some action. I mean, hopefully, I think it's between probably Akron, Miami, Kent State. I think those three have the real shot.
I think
Based
so
off
too.
the standings. And I don't think Kent State's a bad team. They're just not that disciplined.
No. They got good players, and they have the talent to do it, and they're going to give a team like Miami or Akron a run, and they'll compete. I just don't think they get it done.
Yeah.
When push comes to shove.
MAC tournament, if you want to catch it, it's going to be at Rocket Arena, so we might have to go catch a game. Hopefully the championship game. Yeah.
It'd be a great time.
All right. So let's get into our starting five segment here. I'm pretty sure Jiggy took home the last one, so he won the broadcasting calls of all time.
Yep.
So he took that one home. But we might have to insert a punishment, so like have the public vote on a punishment, or they can comment on a punishment, whichever one that gets the most likes. We'll roll with that, and first we'll do like best of 11, whoever wins the most.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll see. We can
cool.
figure that out. We might have to bring in other guys so we can have more of a chance.
No,
okay.
for sure.
What are we? Okay. All right. Starting five segment. Here we go.
And we're doing it snake draft this time.
Snake draft.
We
Snake draft.
We did hear some of you guys
saying that, so
we're gonna go
Good idea.
greatest sports movies of all time. All right. Greatest sports movies of all time. You have the floor.
Oh, I could start today.
Yeah, you have to
I
start.
am not going to make the same mistake I made in the very first one,
Okay.
and that's by not taking Miracle on Ice at 1.
Yep. That's
That's
obvious
a
one.
1-1. Again, I made that
Obvious
mistake.
one.
Not going to do it again.
It's a good one. My 1 and 2, I'm going to go Blindside and Remember the Titans.
Two
Two
great
great
movies.
football movies. Yeah. So your second and third?
Yeah. So for my second one, I'm going to go Rocky. I'm gonna go with the first Rocky movie.
Okay.
I undoubtedly, I mean, not much else to say. Second one, I'm going to go Hoosiers.
Good movie.
Really good movie, and run those.
Okay. My next two, let's see. I'm gonna go with an oldie. I'm gonna go Sandlot.
Okay,
Great movie. I think that's one that you can just keep watching over and over.
I'd agree.
And then I'll probably have to go Coach Carter.
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Probably gonna have to go Coach Carter.
Okay, so my
your last two.
last two,
Your
right?
last two here.
All right, so for my fourth one, I'm going to go Rudy.
Great movie.
Rudy's a really good movie. And then the last one, this might lose me it, but I can't not say it. I'm going Draft Day. Draft Day to me is such a good movie. It's
Bias.
Like, no,
It's just biasy around here.
to me, Draft Day is such a goated movie. But I don't have hate for it. But I have to. I can't sit here
Okay.
going top 5 sports news and not say it. So
My last one, I don't actually know how many people have seen this one, but this is one of the better baseball movies, A League of Its Own. Oh,
I can't say that I said
A
that.
League of Its Own is a very good baseball movie. It's about like women getting into baseball.
Okay.
Like it's actually really good. It's funny. Forgot who the main actor is.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that movie, to be so honest with
It's a
you.
very good movie.
I'll have to give it a watch, add it to the list.
I watched it when I was like a little kid.
Interesting. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can't say
I'm
I've
an
seen
idiot.
it.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, he's the coach. Tom Hanks is the coach.
We forgot about Tom Hanks. How do we forget about Tom Hanks?
Oh, I couldn't remember. I knew what he looked like, but I couldn't remember.
That's bad from you.
Yeah, that is poor. I'll agree. I'll put the right hand up.
All right,
Great
so
movie though.
let's do a review of our picks. So my list was Miracle on Ice, Rocky,
Mhm.
Hoosiers, Rudy, Draft Day. So that's my
Yeah.
5.
I went Blindside, Remember the Titans, Sandlot, Coach Carter, League of Its Own.
I
All
think that's a pretty quality list from both of us. I actually think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, no, I think these are both. I think we picked actually 10 good movies.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's
There's no, I would say bad ones today. So,
like your number 4 from 2 episodes ago.
well, I don't know what you're talking about.
which we won't say
that
what
didn't
you said.
exist, unfortunately.
But we'll put that up again so you guys can vote who has the best top 5, starting 5 sports movies of all time.
For sure.
Alrighty.
All right, but that's all we got today. What do we got this? What do we got this weekend? I don't think we have that much this weekend. No, we have besides the AFC NFC Championship. I don't think we got that much.
Doesn't Ohio State play Michigan? Am I wrong in saying that?
Basketball?
I think Ohio State plays Michigan, and that's gonna be a thrashing. But
no, we're gonna compete. We're gonna compete.
No one's competed with Michigan besides. I mean, I guess people have, but
we're gonna compete.
What, they've lost one game all year?
It's Friday. It's in 2 days.
Okay, so it's sooner than I thought. At least I remembered it was upcoming.
We're gonna compete.
All right, real quickly. Do we win that game?
Probably not. It's at Michigan.
Good call. I agree.
Probably not. But I think we're gonna give them a battle. Like, it's not gonna be a
last thing I'll say to that. John Mobley's found his stride again. John Mobley in the last 2 games has like 28 points in both, and he's got his 3-point back. So
yeah.
John, you could see John Mobley drop a little 40 piece and Buckets get an upset. You never know. You heard it here first.
Hopefully.
But
we'll see. Hopefully we beat the team up north, because that would suck if we lose them. But we play them twice, so I'm pretty sure. So I think we're gonna be just fine. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode on Beef Time. Again, thank you guys for watching. Beef Time out.
Michael Gigante.